Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, namo buddhaya, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua, dan salam harmoni. Okay, thank you very much for the time. So in this video, me and my friends will present to you about one of the material that we have made before with the title Experimental Research Design Part 1. Next. But before we start our presentation for today, let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Nabila Srihandayani with the student identification number 231101127, and there are also my friends.
My name is Nimade Ainistia Dewi with student identification number 231101109.
Okay. In this presentation, we will discuss about four topics. The first topic is about the definition of experimental research, characteristic and scope of terminology used in research. The second topic is about the experimental internal validity. The third topic is about the research design with single group design method. And the last topic is about the research methods with control group design with random assignment. Next. Okay, the first topic will present by my friends.
Okay, I will example about material definition of experimental research, characteristics, scope of terminology used in research. The definition of research has the meaning of systematic processing in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to answer a question or solve a specific problem. In another definition, research is defined as a researcher effort to test the data he or she can obtain and produce new knowledge. Therefore, research is the spirit in the development of science. And the definition experimental research is study in which the researcher has the authority to allocate subjects into random study groups. This method is validation or testing, which is testing the influence of one or more variable on other variable. The next is characteristic of experimental research. The characteristics of experimental research are as follows. First is the research variable and experimental condition are regulated in a strict order, either by setting control, directly manipulating, or random. Second, the existence of the control group has a big data to compare with the experimental group. The third characteristic, this study focused on controlling variation to maximize the variance of variable related to the research hypothesis, minimizing the variance of interfering variable that may affect the result of experiment, but is not the purpose of research. The fourth characteristic, internal validity, is absolutely necessary in the design of the experimental research to find out whether manipulation of experiment carried out at the time of the study really cause a difference. The five characteristics external validity relate to the extent to which the result of the study can be representative of a wider population and can be applied under similar conditions. Six characteristics is how variables that play a role in the study are kept constant, except for treatment variables that are deliberately manipulated or allowed to vary. And the last characteristic is Experimental research involves an observation process, namely measuring and recording the impact of the manipulation carried out. Next is scope of terminology used in research. Most experimental research in the field of education use a design that focuses on one variable. Experiments with one variable are carried out by manipulating one trait variable, then observing its impact on one and or more bound variable. Meanwhile, the variable that are measured to determine the effect of experimental treatment are called post-test, bound variable, or criterion variable. In education research, experiments often involve two groups. One group that received experimental treatment and the other group as a comparator who does not receive the treatment or receive alternative treatment. This comparison group is referred to as the group control. For example, a study on a new reading program would measure student reading skill before or pre-test and after or post-test the program to assess its effectiveness. The next material is about experimental internal validity. One of the biggest challenges in experimental research is controlling or eliminating all external variables that can affect the result of measurement in the post-test. The experimental method was initially developed in the field of physics, where this method proved to be very effective in producing scientific knowledge. The success of experimental approach in physics is the nature of physical matter that is easier to learn and control research. The internal factor, one is history. History, the experimental treatment lasts for a certain period of time, allowing the factor to affect the result of study. Other factors during the experiment may influence results such different in the learning environment. Two is maturation. During the experimental treatment, participants may experience physical or cognitive change, such as increased confidence or scientific thinking ability. Participants may naturally develop skill over time, making it hard to isolate treatment effect. Three is testing. In many educational experiments, participants underwent a pre-test before receiving an experimental treatment, followed by a post-test. Both tests have similarities. Students may show improvement not because of treatment, but because they are already familiar with the previous test format or material. Four is instrumentation. An increase in result from pre-test to post-test may occur due to change in the measuring instrument used. In observation has experiment-based experiment, instrumentation effects are very likely. For example, observe who has assessed teacher or student before and after the experimental treatment may give higher rating to the second measure either consequently or unconsequently. Five is statistical regression. In retest, to measure change resulting from experimental treatment, statistical regression can affect the result. The phenomenon occurs when participants with extreme score in the first measurement tend to get score closer to erring in the measurement. Extreme scores tend to move closer to the average in repeat tests. 6 is differential selection. In experiment with a control group, the result could be biased if participants were not randomly selected. In science curriculum studies, schools that implement SIES are likely to have initial difference compared to non-SCEIs schools, such as higher academic ability of students. 7 is experimental mortality. Some participants may drop out of the study for various reasons, such as not taking the test or missing some session. The dropout rate might differ across groups, skewing finding. 8 is selection maturation interaction. The external variability is similar to differential selection, with the number 6 expect that returning is specific perturbating variable. Difference in age or development level between groups may affect result. 9 is dissemination of experimental treatment. This deployment is more likely to occur if both groups interact in the same environment. For example, teachers in the control group might borrow material or apply strategies from teachers in the treatment group, even if it is prohibited. As a result, the difference between the group we reduce, confusing the post-test result. 10 is competition for compensation by the control group. Competition, or the John Henry effect, occur when the control group tries harder because it feels competitive with the experimental group. For example, in the Gary Seredsky research, the control groups might be performance improve significantly when compared to a class that applied performance contracts. 11 is equal treatment by compensation. Equalization of treatment occurs when the control group is given good or surface similar to the experimental group to avoid inequality. Effort to balance treatment for the control group can obsess result. And the last internal factor is demoralization. The control group could feel discouraged if they saw the experimental group getting better treatment, which could degrade their performance on the post-test. As a result, the experimental treatment appeared to be more effective than it actually was to the artificially increased score difference. Okay, the next material will be presented by Maipa.
Okay, the next material is about the external factors. The external validity refers to the extent to which the result of an experiment can be applied to individual and context outside of the research being conducted. In educational experiments, findings may have high external validity for one environment, but are less applicable or even irrelevant for another. Glenbrath and Genglas identified 12 factors that affect the external validity of an experiment. There are, first, is population validity. Population validity concerns the extent to which the result of an experiment can be generalized from the sample being studied to a specific larger group. Brown and Glass distinguish two types of population validity. The first is the extent to which one can generalize from the experimental sample to the specific population. Generalization from the experimental sample to the population is determined by the extent to which the result can be applied more widely. Second is the extent to which personological variables interact with the effects of treatment. In the above experiment, it's not yet known whether the instructional format interacts with the characteristic of the student. The next is ecological validity. Ecological validity concerns the extent to which the result of an experiment can be generalized from a series of environmental conditions created by the researcher to various environmental conditions. 10 factors identified by Brahe and Glass that affect the ecological validity of an experiment. There are next. Next, please. Okay, the number one is explicit description of experimental treatments. The researcher must explain the treatment of the experiment in detail so that it can be repeated by other researchers. Number two is multi-treatment interference. If a researcher gives each participant multiple treatments such as A, B, C, and finds that A is most effective, the findings cannot be generalized with certainty. The effectiveness of A may depend on other treatments. To avoid inferences, it is best to use an experimental design in which each participant receives only one treatment. Next is the Hawthorne effect. It occurs when awareness of participants in experiments, hypotheses, or special attentions improves an individual's performance. The next is effect of novelty and distraction. The new experimental treatment may be effective simply because it differs from the instruction the participant usually receive. And the next is experimental effect. An experimental treatment may or may not be effective because the experimenter, teacher, or other individual provide the treatment. Next is pretest sensitization. In some experiment, pretest may interact with the treatment and influence the result. If the experiment is conducted without pretesting, the result may vary. For the example, if researching the influence of film's viewpoint on student attitudes, a film with a base narrator can be used. Student attitudes toward politicians are assessed through pre-test and post-test to measure their effect. The next is post-test sensitization. The source of ecological invalidity is similar to pre-test sensitization. The results of an experiment may depend on post-test administration. And the next is interaction between treatment history and effect. One can argue that the researcher should not generalize beyond the time period when the experiment was conducted. And the next is depend variable measurement. The generalization of an experiment may be limited by certain pretense and post-test design to measure achievement or other outcomes variable. The next is the interaction of measurement time and treatment effect. The administration of post-test at two or more time points may result in different findings about the effect of the time points may result different findings about the effect of the treatment. Next. Okay, the next topic, it's about the research design with single group design methods. Next. The first method of the single group design method is one case study. Single-use case study design do not meet the criteria as experimental design because they have low interval validity in this design. A treatment is given, then a final test is used to measure the effect. For the example, if a group of students receive improvement instruction before taking the test, it can be difficult to determine whether the test results are affected by the treatment, other factors such as regular instruction or maturity. The second is one group pretest, post-test design. The design of a group of present pretest post-test involves three steps. The first is administering a pretest that measure dependent variables. Second is the application of experimental treatment dependent variable for participant, and the provision of a post-test that measure the dependent variable again. Single group pretest post-test design are suitable for measuring change in stable or hard to change characteristic. Next. Okay, next about the statistical analysis. Statistical analysis in single group design generally use a parity test or Wilcoxon's syndrome test to measure the difference before and after treatment. In addition, the effect size can be used to assess how much impact the treatment has. However, without a control group, the result could be influenced by external factors, so interpretation must be done with caution. And the last is about the time series design. Time series design in single group design is stronger than simple pre-post design because it uses repeated measurements before and after treatment, although it does not have a control group. This design is better at seeing trends of change due to treatment and reducing bias from external factors. Next. Okay, the last topic, it's about the research methods with control group design with random assignment. Next. Okay, the first method is about the pretest post-test control group design. In the control group design, the experimental and control group should have almost the same experience, except that the experimental group receive treatment. If there are external factors that affects the result between the pre-test and post-test, the impact will be seen in the control group. Thus, the difference in post-test result between the two groups can be attributed to the experimental treatment. Statistical analysis in this method is the first step in analyzing data from the pre-test, post-test, control group experiment is to calculate descriptive statistic. Another statistical method is covariance analysis or ANCOVA. The second is post-test only control group design. One variable, multiple condition, design is an experimental in which one independent variable. The design is suitable for use if pretests are not available or are concerned that they may affect the effectiveness of the treatment. However, there are three potential weaknesses due to the absence of pretests. First, random assignment may not completely eliminate the initial differences between groups. The selection of statistical methods depends on the type of data and its distribution. If the data is interval or ratio scale with a normal distribution, the t-test or ANOVA is often used. If the data is abnormal or ordinal scale, non-parametric methods such as non-Whitney, U, or T-square are more appropriate. Next. Okay, the last method is one variable multiple condition design. One variable multiple condition Design is an experimental design in which one independent variable is tested under several different conditions or treatments. The main goal of this design is to measure how change is one independent variable effect depends variables in different degrees or conditions. The main characteristic are there is only one independent variable. Independent variables have several levels or conditions. Dependent variables are measure of each given condition. The group of participants can remain the same within subject design or different between subject design. Common statistical significance tests in this experiment are univariance or multivariance analysis, univariate or multivariate covariance analysis, or non-parametric equivalence. Next. Okay, that's all about the topic in this presentation. We will read the conclusion. The conclusion will read by my friends.
Okay, the conclusion is experimental research is a method that has high validity in testing the cause and effect relationship between free and bound variables. The design allows for tight variable control, resulting in more valid and reliable results. There are various experimental research design, such as single group design and control group design. Single group design provide an initial idea of the effect of a treatment, but lacks control for external variable. Meanwhile, the control group design with random assessment was more effective in ensuring that the results of study were caused by treatment, not other factor. The validity of research depends on the proper control of variables. Internal factors such as history and maturation, as well as external factors as population and ecological validity, influence the result of the study. Therefore, the selection of the right design, effective randomization method, and accurate statistical analysis technique are essential. With a good understanding of the design of experimental research, researchers can structure studies that are more structured and in accordance with scientific standards. The use of technologies such as statistical software can also improve the efficiency and accuracy of data analysis.
Okay, that's all our presentation about the experimental research design part 1. Thank you very much for listening our presentation today. We apologize if there are any mistakes from our words or pronunciation. We close this presentation with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Namo Buddhaya. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Dan salam harmoni.